Hey guys, today we'll be doing a Beyblade unboxing of the new B186 random booster. So what we'll do is we'll go ahead and look at the box, unbox it, and weigh the parts, followed by getting straight to the battles. So yeah, these are the Beyblades which come in this random booster. And full disclosure, I did get the entire set, so I already know that this one is indeed the Roar Bahamut. So with Roar Bahamut, you have the Bahamut core, you have the Roar blade, armor 10 with the Giga disc and the moment driver. And these are the other Beyblades in the set, and if you guys want, I can also do an unboxing of those. So yeah, let's go ahead and open this up. I always forget about the piece of tape up here, as it is a little bit hard to open. Alright, so that, and here we go. And like I said, I already know what it is. So what I'll do is I'll open all of these up and lay them out. Alright, so here's the Roar Bahamut with armor 10, and yeah, I definitely like the colors on this, and the gimmick for this is essentially the same as all the Bahamuts. As it gets clicks on it, it starts to form a perfect circle. So this is how this looks, and I'm sure you're all aware that it has rubber on it and it has slopes instead of teeth. So yeah, that's Roar Bahamut, and this is Giga. This actually feels a little bit heavier than the one that I have now. So yeah, this is the new Giga. And this is the moment driver. So I must say, I do like the way this looks. So this kind of moves around. It has a circle in this. So let's see. Yeah, this is a little bit further out. The outer, I guess I'll say the shell, as opposed to the ball on the inside. So I'm guessing that helps with defense. See if I can get it in focus. There we go. It should help with defense, as if it's knocked back, it should just stop. And it doesn't feel like it will spring forward. That would be good for kinetic energy. But yeah, we'll go ahead and weigh these parts and then get straight to the battles. All right, so we'll go ahead and make sure the scale is calibrated as usual, as this is a new Beyblade. And yep, the scale is calibrated. So first we'll weigh the Roar with Bahamut and armor 10 together. So 33.2 grams, that's not bad. And let's go with Giga, and this does feel a little bit heavier than the one I currently have. I believe my current Giga weighs in at about 32 point something grams. So let's see. Okay, yeah, it is heavier, 33.23 grams. So let's go ahead and weigh moment. And that is 7.2 grams. So we'll go ahead and put the entire Beyblade together and weigh it. Let's see. All right, 73.63 grams. So that is a very decent weight. So let's go ahead and get right on with the battles. All right, so first we have Tempest Solomon with the metal chip core, 1S wheel, and Xtend Plus. I'll launch this first 3 to 5 times. Then we'll switch over to the Roar Bahamut with the armor 10, Giga, and the moment driver. So I do believe Tempest will win this matchup, but let's see what happens. All right, so for Bahamut, we will again be using the new launcher for all of the new Beyblades. So I'll go ahead and put both of these combos on their launchers. And let's go ahead and do Tempest first. Alright, so Tempest won that one, and I didn't even really aim, honestly, so yeah. Alright, let's put them back on their drivers. And this is a left spin, as I'm sure you're all aware. And so I have been thinking about replacing the world combo in my deck format with this Beyblade. But I guess we'll see how it does against the Gauntlet first. So we'll launch Tempest first again. Alright. See what happens. So Tempest is in stamina mode, so I guess this is really a defense versus stamina. And I do expect Tempest to win. So Bahamut is in low mode, that's how I did put it together. So in the next combo versus, I'll have it in high mode. And it does seem like it's definitely hitting up against the wheel, as Bahamut is leaning forward. Alright, let's see how this ends. Alright, so that is another win for Tempest. So we'll launch Tempest first one more time. And I honestly do not expect this to be all that great right out of the box. It's kind of rare to find combos really good out of the box. As far as I know, at least. So, Tempest. Alright. So I like how it's kind of just orbiting around Tempest. Yeah, you guys can see, well, I'm not sure if you can see, it's definitely getting up under the Tempest and hitting the wheel more so than not. So if Tempest leans in on it, the roar will scrape against the stadium. So that's not necessarily a good thing. Let's see. Should be Tempest again. Yep, Tempest again. So we'll go ahead and launch the Bahamut first this time. And I'm not quite sure how to launch this, so I'll just do a tilted launch. And both of these weigh about the same, so I'd say really either one of them can take and maintain the center. As you see, when I was launching Tempest first, Tempest was taking the center. It looks like Bahamut is trying to take the center this time, but yeah, Tempest did not let that happen. So yeah, Tempest should win this one again. And I haven't really used too many defensive drivers. At least not in competitive play. Alright, so that is another win for Tempest. Now, it did look like the Bahamut was still rolling, but it stopped and Tempest hit it. So we'll launch Bahamut first again. And actually, yeah, I do use Orbit Metal, but I use that more as an attacker, if that makes sense. Alright, so Bahamut first. And Moment does seem like it can be pretty aggressive as well, because it had a nice little flower pattern going. So yeah, Bahamut is definitely taking and pretty much maintaining the center this time. Let's see. Yeah, Tempest will probably win this one again. And that last match, Bahamut did have a few clicks on it actually. let's see. Alright, so that was either a draw or I do believe a win for Bahamut. So I will have to slow that down and see. But we'll go ahead and launch Bahamut first again. And let's see. Alright, no clicks. I really shouldn't say clicks, it doesn't really click. So Bahamut first. Yeah, these both have a lot of stamina. Yeah, Bahamut is definitely doing good maintaining the center. So, thinking about it, I think Bahamut might actually beat, or it could beat the Dynamite Belial combo. And I think it can beat I think it has a chance to beat the Rage on Xceed dash plus Z combo, and I think it may actually have a chance to beat Hollow as well. Alright, so that is definitely a win for Tempest. Bahamut had stopped there. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the next combos. So we have Dynamite Belial with Armor 2, F-Gear, Giga, and Venture. So we'll launch this first 3 to 5 times. Then we'll switch over to the new Roar Bahamut with Armor 10, Giga, and Moment. So I do think Bahamut has a chance to win this, mainly because of the driver it's on. At least from the way I see it, this here, the outer, I guess the outer circle of this should stop it from getting KO'd. Now, I'm not sure if it can out-stamina Venture, but I guess we'll see. And something else I'm not sure of is, I'm not sure if this gimmick actually works. I know it's supposed to form, I guess, a perfect circle, but does that really work or not? I don't have too much experience with Bahamut Beyblades. I did get the, I believe the GT era one for the Orbit Metal, I think, came on it, but I didn't actually use it, so I'm not sure, but it doesn't seem like this gimmick would really work. But anyway, we'll go ahead and launch Dynamite Belial first. And we will be using the new launchers for both of these. Alright, so just put them both on their launchers. And let's go with Dynamite Belial first. Alright, so yeah, that definitely helped it not get KO'd. Now let's see if it can, I guess, out-stamina it, because it did get knocked around quite a bit already. I'm not actually sure who's gonna win. Yeah, the Bahamut definitely likes to lean in pretty far. So, that is a win for Bahamut. I'll slow that down, but Bahamut definitely spun a little bit longer. So we'll go ahead and launch Belial first again. Belial had a good pattern going actually. So I'll just get them both on their launchers. Alright, so Belial. Oh wow, it jumped there actually. I definitely like the double taps by Belial. And I do have to say that I expected the Bahamut to actually take the center, and it may have to do with how I'm launching it, as I am doing a tilted launch, so that may be why it's tilting. So I'll try to launch straight down and see what happens. So again, that appeared like it was a win for Bahamut, but I'm honestly not sure. So we'll go ahead and launch Belial first again, and I'll launch Bahamut straight down. And I'm not using the Belial with F-Gear, Giga, and Drift combo, as I'm going to wait until I actually get another Drift. And honestly, I don't really want to have 2 Drift combos in the Gauntlet, so I have been thinking about using the variant of this with Drift and switching the World combo to Banish Fafnir with Tapered and Zone Dash plus Z. But we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go ahead and launch Belial first this time. And straight down. Yeah, actually launching it straight down really didn't do much. One benefit I can actually see to Bahamut tilting in is if it is going against a attack Beyblade, that definitely would help with KO resistance, as the force has to actually push it back, and with the driver it's on, it should kind of stop it. So that looked like a draw that time, so we'll go ahead and launch Bahamut first. I always mess up on the pronunciation of Bahamut. Sometimes I say Bahamut or Bahamut or Bahamut. It is what it is. So we'll go ahead and launch Bahamut first this time, and I'll launch straight down again. Yeah, it definitely jumps when it gets hit some. It's jumped at least 5 times in this matchup right here at least. And what I'm going to try to do next launch is I'm going to try to tilt it the other way so it doesn't tilt in. I'm going to try to make it tilt backwards. So that appears to be another draw, so we'll launch Bahamut first again. And what I mean by tilt it the other way is usually I tilt forward, but I'm going to try to tilt back, as sometimes when I want my orbit metal to go to the center, I hold the launcher slightly backwards like this, or I pull up on it. So let's see what happens holding it backwards. So I think holding it or tilting it backwards made it a little bit calmer actually. Alright. Let's see. I wonder if this matchup would be different if Belial didn't have that F here. Yeah, it looks like Bahamut is losing speed a lot quicker. Let's see. So that is definitely a win for Belial. And what we'll do is go ahead and switch over to the next combos. So we have World Spriggan with 2B in free spin mode and an Awoken drift. So we'll be using it in right spin, as the Roar Bahamut is a left spin Beyblade, and really it will just beat World if it is in left spin. So yeah, we'll launch this first 3 to 5 times, and we'll switch over to the Roar Bahamut with Armor 10, Giga, and Moment. And I expect World to win, as it is opposite spin drift, but let's see. And actually I need to get here we go. So we'll go ahead and light launch the world combo. And I waited a while as the Bahamut was actually about to fall off the launcher. Alright. So as you all know, if Drift stays in contact, it will win as it just did. Bahamut did actually stop, so we will launch world first again. And I actually think Bahamut has a couple clicks on it, actually. No, it doesn't. Yeah, I really do not like these new launchers. Alright, so world first again. Alright, so we will redo that launch. And I did launch world fairly light. Alright, so let's try again. So yeah, it's like you barely have to launch it when the Warren Drift. So honestly, I think the Awoken Drift is definitely keeping the world in this. As you can see, every time Bahamut hits it, it spins out and then comes back in to hit Bahamut itself. So if it wasn't Awoken and it was just sitting in the center, I think world would have been stopped. But that is a win for world, and we will launch world first one more time. Alright, so world. Yeah, you see, watch every time Bahamut gets sort of a good hit, it's going to spin out and come back in. You see that? And the slower world is spinning, the more it kind of spins out and comes back in to hit Bahamut. So yeah, that is another win for world. And man, I never realized how much I do not like the color scheme on the right spin. I definitely prefer the left spin color scheme. But yeah, we'll go ahead and launch Roar first this time. And with that, we will be launching World a lot harder. Alright, so Bahamut. So Bahamut actually got KO'd here, but yeah, we're gonna let it play out. Yep, world is the winner. So we'll launch Bahamut first again. And I'm actually going to adjust the stadium. There we go. All right, so Bahamut. Yeah, you can see every time it takes a hard hit, it just swerves right back in. That's definitely what I like about the Awoken Drift. Alright, so another win for World, so we will do one more launch with Bahamut first. So that is a burst. And it's funny, it actually looked like when it hit World, the drift just flew off and the World stayed in place in space. And so the drift driver just flew out while World just sat there. So yeah, we'll go ahead and switch over to the next combos. So we have Rage Diabolos with 3A Xceed dash plus Z. We'll launch this first 3 to 5 times. Then we'll switch over to Roar Bahamut with armor 10, Giga, and Moment. So I think Bahamut should be able to stay inbound and not get KO'd by Rage. So let's see if that happens. And let me get my other left launcher. Alright, so Rage first. Alright, yeah, so that is a win for Roar Bahamut. So we'll launch Rage first again, and I won't tilt it as hard as I just did actually, because it ended up scraping the stadium floor. So Rage. Alright, so that is a win for Rage. And I don't know if you guys noticed that, but when Rage was over here and Bahamut came around and hit it, Rage barely moved. So I'll slow that down, but we'll launch Rage first again. So much for not getting KO'd, even though it was coming around on the outside here. So Rage. Alright. Let's try that again. Yeah, so sometimes Xceed dash plus Z works for me, and sometimes it does not. So that is a win for Roar. So we'll go ahead and launch Roar first this time. And I honestly do not practice much Beyblade. I usually only play at tournaments. I know there's a lot of players who definitely like to practice and train as you should, but I don't know why, but I just don't practice that much. But I probably should get a better hang of this Xceed dash plus Z. So we'll go ahead and launch Roar first. I'm just going to relaunch with Roar still going and see what happens. Wow, this is an embarrassment for Rage. So that is a win for Roar. Not only did we not relaunch Roar, but it lost a lot of stamina just staying in the ring spinning. That is an embarrassment. So we'll launch Roar Bahamut first again. And let's make sure the stadium is good. Yep. Alright. Alright, so that is really just good defense by Roar Bahamut. So let's do one more launch. And I'll try to let it get out of the way, as it does just seem like Rage is just continuing to hit it and get KO'd. So Bahamut. Alright, so Rage did get KO'd right here. Alright, that is a win for Bahamut. So we'll go ahead and switch over to the next combos. So we have Hollow Lucifer 2 with 4A in balance mode, will, and ultimate reboot dash. We'll launch this first 3 to 5 times. Then we'll switch over to Roar Bahamut with armor 10, Giga, and Moment and launch it first 3 to 5 times. So this will probably be the last time we see this variant of Hollow Lucifer on the Gauntlet. So I'm going to look through the comments and possibly find a different variant of Hollow Lucifer, and that is what we will use for the Gauntlet next time. And actually, it may not be next time, as we will use Bahamut in high mode, so this combo will go against it in high mode, and then that will be the last time. So yeah, these two will launch Hollow first. Now, I do think Bahamut should win, but you never know. So, Hollow. Alright. I like how Roar kind of leans in. I feel like it should be Spriggan, but it's definitely not. Oh wow. That is a win for Hollow Lucifer. So let's launch this first again. Maybe it's trying to tell me something. It doesn't want to leave the gauntlet yet. And I'm gonna clean off these dragons. Alright, so Hollow. Alright, so I did launch a little late as the Roar did start falling off the launcher again, so we will count that and go ahead and launch Hollow first again. Yeah, I'm not sure if you guys have problems with these launchers, but it has a little point here that doesn't really seem to grip the Beyblades too well. Like, that just seems pretty loose. It can just, yeah, shake right off. I'm not sure if it's just this launcher or if everyone else's launcher is the same, but the Beyblades definitely do not feel secure on this launcher. As opposed to, even though this is a, I guess, older sparking launcher, it's extremely secure. Like this isn't just gonna fall off. Like it's secure. So yeah, that's interesting. And it could just be this launcher. Let's see. Nah, they're both kind of like that. But we'll go ahead and launch Hollow first again. Yeah, I think you guys can see it from that view. Roar is tilted so much. So that is another win for Hollow. And we'll go ahead and switch over to launching Roar Bahamut first. And yep, stadium is good, so Bahamut. It didn't do much, but I must say it's doing a good job of kind of forcing the Roar Bahamut to kind of tilt in and waste stamina. So yeah, that is another win for Hollow. So we'll launch Bahamut first again. So Hollow is getting some good hits. It's barely affecting Bahamut though. what is affecting it is how it's tilted in, and hollow is forcing it to tilt further in, as it's not budging simply because it outweighs it. So that did look like a draw that time. So we'll do one more launch with Bahamut first. Hollow's getting some good angles with the hits. It's not really doing much, but still really good angle. So that is a win for Hollow. So what I'll do is I'll go ahead and put these combos away and come back with my thoughts. Alright, so what are my thoughts on the new Roar Bahamut with Armor 10, Giga, and Moment? Now, I initially was thinking that I wanted to maybe replace World with this combo, as it is a left spin and it is almost shaped the same as World. However, at least with this driver, it's not really a good combo. Now, I'm sure some of you have already guessed, but I may try just throwing Orbit Metal on here with Giga, as I don't use Giga in my deck for deck format. So I think I'll try Orbit Metal and see how that pans out. Now, a reason I do like World in my deck is to be in free spin mode. If you can get the Beyblade, the opponent's Beyblade, to essentially do what Roar was doing in the matchup with the Hollow combo, which is tilted in, it will hit against the free spinning 2B and stay tilted in, which definitely gives World an advantage. But yeah, so overall my thoughts is, out of the box is not a competitive combo. I'm honestly not sure how valid the gimmick on this is it's really not too much. I mean, it just, they're in and then they come out to form, I guess, a perfect circle. But yeah, those are my thoughts. So if you like these episodes, be sure to like, subscribe, and all of that other good stuff. Thanks.